Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to automate seller leads from your REI Landleads website right into REI Pebble so you can start managing your seller leads. Now, before we move forward, I do want to let you know that depending on the plan and the setup of your REI Landleads website, we may have already done this step for you, as we'll talk about how to integrate your REI Landleads website to Pebble. Now, if this is done already, you'll notice, and when you come to your REI Landleads homepage, that this last field will say property code. This property code field is specific for Pebble, so if it showed up already on your website, you do not need to do the steps in order to set up your forms to connect with REI Pebble. If so, you can skip ahead in this video and head closer to the end of the video, in fact, and watch where I talk about taking leads by phone. All right, let's move forward then. Your seller inbox is a place where all your seller leads will come into. Let's go into setting up your REI Landleads to integrate directly with your Pebble account so that anybody who submits their property to you through your buying website, your REI Landleads website, then it will come routed into your Pebble seller inbox. And there's a few things you need to note. First of all is your inbox address. Simply this email address here is the email address that you'll be using to be notified of any seller leads. So if you're using your own website, you'll want to use this email address as your notification email for the form that you're collecting your sellers from. For REI Landleads, the same concept. Mine is groovy-sellers@inboxstaging.pebblerei.com. Yours definitely won't be this long. The next thing you're going to do is come into your REI Landleads website and log into the backend or the WordPress dashboard. I've already done so here. And the first thing we're going to do is change the forms, because on our forms right now, we're only collecting the property's county. What we actually want to ask for is the property's code. And that code is the unique property code. So when somebody receives a mailer and you want them to enter in this code on your website, they need a field to enter in that code into. So to do that, we're going to replace this form. And we're going to replace it with a newer form specifically for Pebble. To grab that form, we need to go to our knowledge base. And I'll just head out of this knowledge base here to the home knowledge base. We'll come into REI Landleads, and then we'll go to plugins and add-ons. And then we'll go into this article that says Pebble integration for REI Landleads. We explained to you exactly how to replace these forms. It's a lot easier than it actually looks. It's just replacing it on the back end, or adding the forms onto your back end and then replacing it on through using Elementor. So I'm going to do that exactly because the skin that we're using is classic right now. As you can see, this is our classic skin. I'm going to download the Pebble forms here. Great, I've got the forms now. Now you won't see me unzipping them, but I'm just simply double clicking them. And when I've double clicked them, you'll see 2 NF forms. And I'll sort of drag this here so I can show you. You can see that these are the 2 forms here at the bottom of the screen. Now I'm going to go into the back end of my website to add these new forms. So I'll come into Ninja Forms, then import, export. Again, this is all explained in the knowledge base article with pictures as well. So we'll go ahead and select the file that I downloaded. All right, I'm going to select the first form first and not part 2, so I'll import first form. Hit import form. This is specifically for Pebble, and I'll import the second form. Awesome, both forms are imported. Now, one thing I do want to mention, depending on your plan with the REI conversion websites, this might be already done for you. Now, to see if these forms actually exist, you can go to your dashboard and you'll see the Pebble forms imported here, the Get Cash Offer Pebble forms. These forms allow us to collect that property code. The next thing we just need to do is go into Pages, and we're going to edit with Elementor the home page and the Step 2 form, Get Cash Offer. So just go ahead and hit Edit with Elementor on both of these. I've gone ahead and done so already. And then on this form, this is where your form is living. It doesn't show it, but this is the box for it. You'll click into it. You'll see this is the Edit Ninja Forms widget. We'll now choose the first Pebble form because that's for the first step here. And I'll hit Apply. And then I'll make sure to hit Update once that has changed and hit Update. I'll also hit Edit with Elementor on the second page the step 2 page, the get cash offer page. I'll click the form widget here. You can't really see it, it's just a gray box. You'll see that once you click it, it'll say edit Ninja Forms widget. We'll then make sure we select get cash offer step 2 Pebble, not the one without Pebble. You want the one selected for Pebble. Great. Hit update. Awesome. So now your site, if I refresh this should say property code rather than property county. Awesome. Now it says property code, and we're no longer collecting state either, because that's all attached inside of Pebble. So when your lead enters in their code, you will be notified immediately which specific property they're looking at, because Pebble has assigned that code. So when you submit this form, coming back to Pebble, you'll now get a form. So Jake filled it out. Jake submitted his email, his phone number, and then also Pebble was able to pull up that property's information and let you know exactly which property they are looking at. You'll then be able to do your due diligence on the property and follow up with that lead. And that's how you integrate your REI Landleads website to REI Pebble. And that's how you integrate your REI Landleads website to bring over leads into REI Pebble automatically.